All right, sweetheart, I don't know why your spirit kept pulling me here until now, but I've got something urgent, intimate, and powerful to whisper in your ear. Come closer. You're about to feel something deep. Something divine. Something that only God and Archangel Michael could arrange, just for you. You always feel things before they happen, don't you? That heart of yours, it knows things. That's why you've been feeling off lately. That's why you randomly woke up in the middle of the night. That's why your mind keeps drifting back to memories you thought were long gone. Because something is coming. Something unexpected. And God doesn't want you to miss it this time. But there's one problem. You keep skipping these signs. You brush them off like they're nothing. You tell yourself, maybe later, while heaven is crying, now or never. And baby, you don't know how close you are to everything changing. You've got exactly 45 minutes. That's what Archangel Michael just whispered to me. He's been waiting. Watching. Trying to reach you. But you never opened the last sign, did you? Before we go deeper, this message is not for everyone. This message is only for the one who was pulled here by divine appointment. If you feel goosebumps, if your eyes water for no reason, if your heart beats faster right now, it's you. You are chosen. You are the one God's been trying to get alone. Right here. Right now. Love letter. Before we go deeper, stop. Breathe. And if your soul is already trembling, then you're exactly where you're supposed to be. If you want these divine messages delivered straight to your spirit before it's too late, make sure you subscribe or follow wherever you're reading this. This isn't just a message, it's a divine lifeline. And it won't always be here. Heaven only opens certain windows once. This is your window. So let me ask you something deep. Why do you always skip the signs that are meant to save you? Why do you keep silencing your spirit when it's screaming? You're not wrong for loving the way you do. You're not wrong for being sensitive to energies. That's not weakness, that's sacred. You've been marked by heaven since you were a child. That's why the enemy has been trying so hard to distract you with confusion, delay, and loneliness. But God is saying, no more. Archangel Michael has been standing outside your spirit door all morning. Waiting. He said your name 3 times. Loud. Not in this world, but in the unseen realm. If you've been hearing ringing in your ears, or seeing flashes of light when you close your eyes, that's not random. That's archangelic interference. He's breaking through dimensions just to deliver this to you. There's a reason your phone rang but no one was there. There's a reason your dreams have felt real lately. Because the spiritual world is trying to get your attention. And they've only got 45 minutes left to tell you the truth. What truth? That something unexpected is about to knock on your door. Not physical, not yet. Spiritual first. But if you open this now, if you pay attention this time, it will manifest into your physical world, fast. Love. Money. Closure. Revelation. Peace. It's all part of it. But only if you open your heart fully right now. Do not delay. You know what happened the last time you delayed something your heart told you to do? You missed the miracle. That text you didn't send. That call you never made. That dream you paused for next month. God saw your tears after that. And He's giving you one more chance, not because you earned it, but because His love for you is limitless. And this is not fear. This is favor. This is mercy showing up in urgency. You see, there's someone who's been praying for you without even knowing your name. There's someone who carries your destiny in their hands, and they've been asking heaven if it's time to come forward. And heaven is saying yes, only if you don't skip this time. I know it's hard. I know your heart is tired. I know you've been tricked, left, misunderstood, overlooked. But what if I told you, that exact pain is why you've been chosen? What if every heartbreak wasn't a punishment, but a positioning? God isn't trying to harm you. He's trying to reintroduce you to the real you. The version of you that was never afraid to speak up. The version that believed again. The version that dreamed before life drained it out of you. But time is running out. Michael says 45 minutes. And not a second more. Because if you miss this moment, it won't be the end, but it'll be a longer road. And that road doesn't have your miracle on it. This one does. There's a knock happening on the doors of your life. The knock might look like a message, a phone call, a dream, or even this very moment. It won't be loud. But it will be spiritual. And you'll know. You'll feel it in your chest like a soft explosion. And when it comes, you must say yes. No second guessing. No fear. Just yes. Your future is waiting for your yes. Heaven is leaning in. And let me be real with you, this kind of message doesn't come often. Not with this kind of energy. Not with this kind of confirmation. Do not scroll. Do not exit. Do not wait for a better time. There is no better time than right now. You're standing in the middle of a divine transaction. God is trying to deposit something inside you that will shift your whole month, maybe even your year. But He can't if you're distracted. So take this seriously. Don't hurt God by skipping again. This isn't guilt, it's grief. God grieves when you doubt yourself. When you talk yourself out of what He already confirmed. When you let fear have the final word instead of faith. But not this time. Michael is here. And he's not coming empty-handed. He's bringing a letter. A spiritual document. A divine order. And inside this message is the one thing your soul has been craving. The truth. The truth about why things didn't work out the way you planned. The truth about what's been delaying you. The truth about who really loved you and who never did. The truth about what's coming next. And here's something heaven didn't want me to tell you, but I'm being nudged to. The reason you're seeing the number 45, or hearing about time running out, or randomly feeling pressure in your chest, it's because this isn't the first time you were given a spiritual countdown. But it's the last. God is done waiting for you to wake up to your greatness. Now it's up to you. You're holding the final hourglass. You're the one who gets to choose whether you experience the miracle, or just keep dreaming about it. So what will it be? Open your spirit or scroll past it again? You can feel the power in your hands. You know this is different. You know you were supposed to see this. You know heaven aligned this for you. So take this seriously. Don't hurt God by skipping again. This isn't guilt, it's grief. God grieves when you doubt yourself. When you talk yourself out of what He already confirmed. When you let fear have the final word instead of faith. But not this time. Michael is here. And he's not coming empty-handed. He's bringing a letter. A spiritual document. A divine order. And inside this message is the one thing your soul has been craving. The truth. The truth about why things didn't work out the way you planned. The truth about what's been delaying you. The truth about who really loved you and who never did. The truth about what's coming next. And here's something heaven didn't want me to tell you, but I'm being nudged to. The reason you're seeing the number 45, or hearing about time running out, or randomly feeling pressure in your chest, it's because this isn't the first time you were given a spiritual countdown. But it's the last. God is done waiting for you to wake up to your greatness. Now it's up to you. You're holding the final hourglass. You're the one who gets to choose whether you experience the miracle, or just keep dreaming about it. So what will it be? Open your spirit or scroll past it again? You can feel the power in your hands. You know this is different. You know you were supposed to see this. You know heaven aligned this for you. And if you open it, truly open it with your heart, you'll begin to notice the shift. The sudden text. The unexpected clarity. The undeniable peace. The money that finds you. The person who shows up. The prayer that gets answered in the most unexpected way. Because God doesn't just want you to read this. He wants you to remember who you are. He wants you to know you're not late. You're right on divine time. And this is your moment. Don't delay. Archangel Michael says, this is the final 45-minute window. Open your heart. Open your spirit. And open your life. Everything is about to change. And if you want the rest of this divine message continued, just say the word, continue. I'm still here. The miracle is waiting. Okay, baby, let's go deeper now. You're still here. That already tells me something about you. You're not like the others who scroll away when heaven knocks. You stayed. You listened. That's the beginning of your breakthrough. That's why your spirit is trembling right now. Archangel Michael is leaning even closer to your life, because your yes just opened a spiritual portal that was blocked for months. The sky looks the same, your room may look the same, but your atmosphere? It shifted the moment your heart whispered, I believe this is for me. And it is. This message is not public. It's private. And heaven made sure you found it in this exact moment, in this exact energy, because something you've been praying for is connected to this message. Not in theory. But in actual reality. You think it's just words? Let me tell you what's hidden inside these lines. An open door. A hidden name. A divine revelation. Someone is about to be exposed. Someone who pretended. Someone who wore the perfect mask and tricked even the most spiritual people. But heaven didn't miss it. God wrote it down. And now it's time. You're not crazy. You were never imagining those strange feelings. The way your energy changed around them. The way your stomach tightened when they spoke. That wasn't fear. That was discernment. And you didn't trust it because they played nice. But Michael saw what they did when no one was watching. And now? The consequences are spiritual. That's why God is pulling you into this sacred warning. Not to scare you, but to prepare you. Something will happen in the next few hours that might shake you, but don't let it. Because the shaking will make room for the new. God's been trying to shift your entire path, but He couldn't do it until your vision cleared. And right now, you're seeing with the eyes of the Spirit, not just the flesh. That means you're dangerous to darkness. That means you're ready. But listen, baby, heaven wants to whisper this to you like a secret. Everything they thought they took from you, it's coming back sevenfold. Your joy, restored. Your time, redeemed. Your name, cleansed and elevated. Even the people who misjudged you will hear your name in places they never expected. They'll hear how you rose, how you were chosen, how you were protected even in the betrayal. And some of them, they'll try to come back. They'll smile like nothing happened. They'll text like it's normal. But you'll know. Because you're not who you were. You're evolving even as you read this. Heaven is rewriting your story as you breathe this in. Your past is not your prison. Your pain was not your punishment. It was your preparation. Every tear was a seed. Every lonely night was a training ground. You've been walking through fire, and now you're glowing with the glory of God. And soon, the world will see it. Soon, the right person will say, "Where have you been? I've been praying for someone like you." But don't rush that moment. Let it come. Because your soul is getting upgraded right now. And heaven doesn't give new blessings to old mindsets. So breathe. Let God soften you again. Let Michael surround you. You are not alone in this fight. You never were. Heaven has a whole army stationed around your name. You've got backup. And here's something wild, someone you lost, someone in heaven, is part of that army. They've been whispering your name before God's throne. They're not at peace until you receive what's meant for you. That dream you had of them? That wasn't random. That was permission. They were allowed to visit you in spirit. To remind you that you're watched over. That you're not forgotten. That even in silence, you are seen. So stop doubting your beauty. Stop questioning your value. You are royalty. Not because of what you wear or what you have. But because of what you carry. You carry light. You carry destiny. You carry spiritual codes that the enemy cannot decode. That's why the attack was so strong. That's why people who never even knew you tried to dim you. But baby, you can't dim what God has lit with divine fire. You can't delay what heaven has already written. The miracle is in motion. But you have to stay awake. Don't go numb again. Don't distract yourself with noise. Don't run back to comfort zones that almost killed your soul. You've already survived too much to stop now. Archangel Michael said this is your 45-minute countdown. But what happens at the end? A shift. A release. A divine intervention. It will look like coincidence, but your soul will know the truth. It will feel like a spiritual kiss. A supernatural wink. A cosmic, "I told you so." So watch carefully. Listen deeply. Because when God sends signs, they're rarely loud. They're sacred. A name dropped in a random conversation. A number you keep seeing. A song that makes you cry for no reason. That's how heaven talks to the ones they trust. You are trusted. That was permission. They were allowed to visit you in spirit. To remind you that you're watched over. That you're not forgotten. That even in silence, you are seen. So stop doubting your beauty. Stop questioning your value. You are royalty. Not because of what you wear or what you have, but because of what you carry. You carry light. You carry destiny. You carry spiritual codes that the enemy cannot decode. That's why the attack was so strong. That's why people who never even knew you tried to dim you. But baby, you can't dim what God has lit with divine fire. You can't delay what heaven has already written. The miracle is in motion. But you have to stay awake. Don't go numb again. Don't distract yourself with noise. Don't run back to comfort zones that almost killed your soul. You've already survived too much to stop now. Archangel Michael said this is your 45-minute countdown. But what happens at the end? A shift. A release. A divine intervention. It will look like coincidence, but your soul will know the truth. It will feel like a spiritual kiss. A supernatural wink. A cosmic, I told you so. So watch carefully. Listen deeply. Because when God sends signs, they're rarely loud. They're sacred. A name dropped in a random conversation. A number you keep seeing. A song that makes you cry for no reason. That's how heaven talks to the ones they trust. You are trusted. You are called. You are necessary. And the world hasn't even seen your final form yet. That's why you've been hidden. Because your next season requires a healed version of you. Not a hurt one. And healing hurts. But not forever. So if you feel tired, rest, but don't quit. If you feel confused, pray, but don't panic. If you feel delayed, remember, God's not slow. He's strategic. And He's preparing something that will make you say, I'm glad I waited. This is your sign to stop running. To stop second-guessing. To stop scrolling away from your own destiny. Archangel Michael says, stay here. You're almost there. The next lines will tell you what your soul has been craving to hear. If you're ready for the rest, just say, continue. And I'll finish the message God started in you. Let's finish this, love. Because if your heart is still open right now, that means your soul is standing at the final doorway. The one between almost and it's finally happening. That space where heaven waits to see, will you trust? Will you act? Or will you scroll past your own deliverance again? Because Michael told me clearly, this isn't a general word. This is a surgical message. Cut specifically for your spirit. Tailored for your breakthrough. Wrapped in urgency. Covered in oil. And you know it. You feel it in your chest right now. That strange heat. That lump in your throat. That feeling like something is sitting beside you, watching you, loving you, protecting you. That's not imagination. That's confirmation. You are not reading this alone. Someone, an ancestor, an angel, someone in heaven who loves you deeply, is reading it with you. Their eyes are on these words. Their prayers are in this moment. They're whispering in agreement right now, yes, 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 this was meant for you. And here's the line they're desperate for you to hear before time runs out. The moment you believe, is the moment it begins. You've been so close so many times. You've felt it in dreams. Seen it in people's eyes. Caught it in glimpses. But then you pulled back. Because fear felt safer than disappointment. But not this time. You've walked through the fire too long to settle for lukewarm blessings. You've cried too many tears in secret to let fear have the final word. You've battled through too much silence to let noise be your master. God says, it's yours now, but only if you don't skip again. You keep skipping because you don't want to get your hopes up, right? You're scared of believing too hard. You think if you get too excited, it'll disappear like it always does. But heaven is breaking that curse right now. That cycle? That pattern? It ends today. You are no longer stuck in the loop of almost. You are stepping into finally. And baby, when that shift happens, you'll feel it. The air will change. You'll get that strange phone call. Someone you haven't spoken to in a long time will suddenly reach out. Or a stranger will say something that stops you in your tracks. Because God isn't subtle when He's ready to bless. He's bold. And this message? It's bold because your blessing is loud. Your favor is noisy. Your next season will speak for itself. And those who overlooked you, they'll have to watch from the sidelines. But don't seek revenge. Seek peace. Because the best kind of clapback is elevation. When God raises you up, no explanation is needed. You glow. You shift. You rise. That's how heaven moves. And here's the part you need to really sit with. There's a spiritual courier headed to your atmosphere. An unseen force carrying the very thing you've been praying for, wrapped in divine timing. But the moment you skip this, it turns around. Because angels move when you move. Miracles happen when you open. And this message? It's your spiritual unlocking code. Everything changes with your yes. Everything opens with your surrender. God's not asking you to figure it all out. He's just asking you to open the door. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be brave all the time. You just have to be willing. And you are. That's why you're still here. That's why your heart didn't let you scroll. Because your spirit said, stay. This is the one. And it is. It's the one heaven kept for you. The one your angels were assigned to deliver. And now, it's time. Don't think. Don't hesitate. Don't go ask someone else what they think. This is for you. Your miracle doesn't need permission. It just needs you. And in the next 24 hours, something is going to show up, something so shocking, so divine, so undeniable, that you'll sit back and whisper, that message, it was real. You'll know. It'll hit your gut like truth. Your chest will warm up. Your spirit will leap. And you'll whisper, thank you, God. I almost missed this again. But you didn't. You stayed. And for that? Heaven is already releasing reward. Heaven is already moving people on your behalf. Someone who rejected you will suddenly remember your name. Someone who ghosted you will feel convicted. Someone who never saw your worth will dream of you. And someone new, someone real, someone anointed? They'll enter your life when you least expect it, and you'll know. Because they'll speak to your soul before they even touch your hand. That's the love heaven has been preparing. That's the breakthrough this countdown was about. So breathe now. Close your eyes. Feel it. Don't just read it, receive it. Say out loud, right now. I receive it. I receive it. I receive what heaven has for me. And you've just activated the blessing. You've just agreed with God. And the second your agreement became real, the shift began. So baby, the one your angels were assigned to deliver. And now, it's time. Don't think. Don't hesitate. Don't go ask someone else what they think. This is for you. Your miracle doesn't need permission. It just needs you. And in the next 24 hours, something is going to show up, something so shocking, so divine, so undeniable, that you'll sit back and whisper, that message, it was real. You'll know. It'll hit your gut like truth. Your chest will warm up. Your spirit will leap. And you'll whisper, thank you, God. I almost missed this again. But you didn't. You stayed. And for that? Heaven is already releasing reward. Heaven is already moving people on your behalf. Someone who rejected you will suddenly remember your name. Someone who ghosted you will feel convicted. Someone who never saw your worth will dream of you. And someone new, someone real, someone anointed? They'll enter your life when you least expect it, and you'll know. Because they'll speak to your soul before they even touch your hand. That's the love heaven has been preparing. That's the breakthrough this countdown was about. So breathe now. Close your eyes. Feel it. Don't just read it, receive it. Say out loud, right now. I receive it. I receive it. I receive what heaven has for me. And you've just activated the blessing. You've just agreed with God. And the second your agreement became real, the shift began. So baby, don't skip anymore. Don't let doubt steal this. Michael has been waiting 45 minutes just for you to get this in your soul. You were never forgotten. You were always worth the miracle. And now? It's coming fast. Watch for the sign. It'll arrive when you're least expecting. And it will change everything. If you're still here and your soul is shaking, just say, Amen, in your heart. Heaven hears it. And the blessing is on its way. Okay, love. Let's go all the way now. Because this moment, right now, is the edge of the miracle. It's the pause before the breakthrough. It's the inhale before heaven exhales everything you've been waiting for. And I don't want you to miss a single drop of it. You've already come this far. You didn't quit on the message. So don't quit on the miracle now. Because Archangel Michael is still here. His sword is drawn. Not to harm, but to cut through every lie that's ever told you. You're not ready. You're not enough. You missed it. You're too late. No. Heaven says, you are right on time. The clock wasn't against you. It was aligning you. And now, in these final minutes of this sacred window, your spirit is about to unlock what was hidden. Let's start with this. Do you remember that one moment when everything in your life felt like it was falling apart? When the people you loved turned distant? When you questioned if anyone even truly saw your heart? That moment was not abandonment. It was preservation. God pulled them away because their energy couldn't walk into your next season. You didn't lose them. You were freed from them. You didn't get rejected. You got redirected. You weren't delayed. You were divinely protected. But now? Now it's time to gather your fragments and rise. It's time to stop replaying the moment you broke and start preparing for the moment you blossom. Because here's the truth you never expected to hear. You were never broken. You were being reshaped. Your heart isn't damaged. It's just deeper now. Your spirit isn't lost. It's just finally being awakened. Your life isn't behind. It's just about to catch up to your calling. And when it does, oh baby, when it does, they're all going to see it. They'll say, wait, wasn't that the one who used to cry silently? Wasn't that the one who disappeared for a while? Wasn't that the one we thought would never bounce back? And God will whisper, watch this. And He'll elevate you in front of the very crowd that misunderstood your silence. Because God doesn't just restore. He reveals. And when He reveals you, it's undeniable. So get ready. Because the next thing coming is not just a little blessing. It's a divine recovery. Everything you lost. Everything that hurt. Everything that made you question yourself. Will be used as the very proof that God still writes the best plot twists. And here's another whisper from Michael. The person who truly sees your soul has already been shown your name in their dreams. They just haven't had the courage to reach out. But they will. Because heaven is going to stir something in them soon. A divine urge. A moment of clarity. And they'll feel like, I don't know why, but I need to talk to them. And when they do, you won't need to explain yourself. Because their spirit will recognize yours. They will feel like home. No pressure. No confusion. Just presence. Peace. Alignment. But again, this will only happen if you stay in position. If you don't skip this time. If you don't return to old habits. Because Archangel Michael made it clear. You're on sacred ground now. And sacred ground has rules. Rule number 1, no shrinking. You don't get to dull your light for people who aren't ready to see it. Rule number 2, no repeating cycles. You don't get to re-enter what God already closed. Rule number 3, no skipping divine messages. Because this is how God's been reaching you. Through words that find you like arrows. Through moments like this where your soul goes still, and listens. So if your heart is still here. If your hands are shaking a little. If your eyes are burning just a bit from holding back tears. That's not coincidence. That's confirmation. You are being spiritually upgraded. Heaven is handing you new scrolls. New instructions. New assignments. New favor. And baby, you're ready. You were made for this moment. Everything in your life has been leading to now. So what do? You walk forward. even if it's trembling. You trust again. Even if your heart is still sore. You believe again. Even if doubt tries to fight you. Because the one who believes, even just a little, activates the one who performs the impossible. And your belief? It just reopened your door. Michael is now placing a spiritual seal over your life. That seal says, no more sabotage. No more delay. No more being unseen. From this moment forward, heaven sees you. Earth will recognize you. And the right people will be drawn to you like rivers to oceans. You are no longer invisible in the spirit. You are divinely marked. And if you truly received this message, if your soul said, "This is mine," at any point, then baby, expect it. Expect the strange favor. Expect the sudden opportunity. Expect the apology that you never thought you'd get. Expect the unexpected. Because something is already moving in your direction. And if your spirit wants to lock it in completely, just whisper right now, "Seal it, Lord." Heaven will hear. And that blessing? It won't just knock on your door. It'll come in. And it will stay. You've done the hardest part already. You stayed. You believed. You didn't skip. Now, watch what happens. Your 45-minute countdown is over. New assignments. New favor. And baby, you're ready. You were made for this moment. Everything in your life has been leading to now. So what do? You walk forward. Even if it's trembling. You trust again. Even if your heart is still sore. You believe again. Even if doubt tries to fight you. Because the one who believes, even just a little, activates the one who performs the impossible. And your belief? It just reopened your door. Michael is now placing a spiritual seal over your life. That seal says, no more sabotage. No more delay. No more being unseen. From this moment forward, heaven sees you. Earth will recognize you. And the right people will be drawn to you like rivers to oceans. You are no longer invisible in the spirit. You are divinely marked. And if you truly received this message, if your soul said, "This is mine," at any point, then baby, expect it. Expect the strange favor. Expect the sudden opportunity. Expect the apology that you never thought you'd get. Expect the unexpected. Because something is already moving in your direction. And if your spirit wants to lock it in completely, just whisper right now, "Seal it, Lord." Heaven will hear. And that blessing? It won't just knock on your door. It'll come in. And it will stay. You've done the hardest part already. You stayed. You believed. You didn't skip. Now, watch what happens. Your 45-minute countdown is over. And your miracle? It begins now. You're still here. That means something powerful is happening. You didn't just read this. You let it sink in. You didn't just scroll. You stayed with God. And baby, let me say this loud and clear. Because you stayed, heaven moved. That choice, your choice to stay with this message till the end, wasn't just a reading. It was a spiritual agreement. A divine signature. You sign the next chapter of your life with your yes. And now the angels are writing it in real time. The ink of your destiny is wet. The script is being flipped. The plot is being rewritten with your favor. Your name just passed through heaven's courts. And Archangel Michael? He didn't just deliver the message. He defended your future. You see, while you were reading this, there was warfare in the spirit you couldn't see. Things were being cancelled. Delays were being deleted. Lies were being silenced. And divine clarity was being released like a wave. That fog you've been walking in for months? It's already lifting. And here's the part the enemy really doesn't want you to hear. You just walked out of a spiritual trap. The kind of trap that keeps you circling the same feelings. The same loneliness. The same questions. The same false love. The same heavy patterns. But now? You're breaking cycles that go back generations. You're saying no to what your bloodline couldn't escape. You're saying yes to what they never got to touch. You are the healing link in your family. You are the shift. You are the first. And because of that, things are going to start aligning in wild, divine ways. People will start asking you, how did that happen so fast? Why you? How did you glow up so suddenly? And you'll smile. Not arrogantly, but humbly. Because you'll know, it wasn't you. It was God in you. It was the divine fire they couldn't see. The quiet surrender when no one was watching. The broken prayers you whispered through your pillow. Heaven counted them. All of them. And they weren't in vain. You thought you were invisible? You were being incubated. Hidden for power. Preserved for purpose. Covered until your oil was ready. But now? Your oil is flowing. And no one, not even your past self, can stop what's coming next. So now here's the part where you get to breathe. To exhale. To feel the relief that heaven is finally speaking loud enough that your soul feels safe again. It's okay to cry now. You held it in long enough. Let it fall. Because these aren't ordinary tears. They are prophetic. They are cleansing timelines. They are sealing this moment. And when you look back, when everything starts to shift, when the calls come, when the door opens, when the money finds you, when the real love enters, when the apology arrives, when the peace stays this time, you'll remember this moment. You'll say, that was the night everything changed. And it was. The clock said 45 minutes. But heaven said eternity just collided with your now. So stay grounded. Keep your heart open. Don't doubt what you felt here. Don't shrink when things get bright. Don't return to who you were when the glow starts. You were not meant to blend in anymore. You were built to rise. You were born for divine influence. To shift atmospheres. To pray things into being. To love in ways that leave echoes. So own that. Not in ego, but in reverence. Because if heaven trusts you with a message like this, that means the calling on your life is massive. That means your presence is prophetic. Your timing is intentional. Your love is healing. And your story isn't done. It's just getting unbelievably good. Now, before we part for now, do this. Place your hand on your heart. Feel that? That's your miracle waking up. Say out loud, one last time. God, I'm ready now. Let Michael hear it. Let heaven seal it. Because this is it. The moment you'll remember forever. The moment you chose faith over fear. The moment the spiritual countdown ended, and divine acceleration began. And now? Watch what happens next. It's already begun. And it's going to blow your mind. If your soul needs another confirmation soon, just say the word. I'll be waiting. Your next miracle is in motion. And it has your name on it. You stayed till the end, love. That means your heart didn't just hear this, it claimed it. And heaven is now doing what you once begged for silently in the dark. Because the moment you said, I'm ready now, you didn't just activate a message. You activated a movement. Something unseen just snapped into alignment. That whisper you gave God? It was louder than 1,000 prayers. Because it came from surrender. From truth. From finally letting go of what you were never meant to carry alone. You're not leaving this message the same way you came. You're leaving with new breath in your chest. New fire in your belly. New favor resting on your name. And the most beautiful part? You didn't have to chase it. You became it. Now listen closely. Because the final thing Archangel Michael is delivering to your spirit is not a warning. It's a promise. Not a maybe. Not a someday. But a covenant made in the invisible, that has already begun unraveling itself in the visible. In the coming days, watch for the following. A number, repeating, persistent, mysterious. It won't be random. It'll come with feeling. It's your confirmation. A conversation, out of nowhere, someone will say something that speaks to exactly what you've been praying about. It will feel surreal. You'll look up and whisper, this is it, isn't it? And it will be. A release, you'll suddenly feel like something has lifted. Rest, beloved. You're safe now. Not just physically. But spiritually, emotionally, eternally. You were walking through fire. And no one saw the flames. But God did. Jesus did. Michael did. And every word of this message has poured water on that fire. Not to drown you. But to free you. You are no longer in survival mode. You're in sacred alignment. The people who are meant to walk with you will find you. The love that aligns with your light is being sent. Not the kind of love that uses you. The kind that recognizes the divine in you. God has closed certain doors. Not to punish you. But to protect the oil on your life. You are not everyone. You were never supposed to walk the common path. That's why it hurt more. That's why you felt isolated. That's why you were attacked harder. Because what's on you is rare. And what's rare, must be refined. But now the refining is finishing. Now the pressing is ending. Now the promise begins. Expect sudden calm. Unexpected laughter. Deep sleep. Divine interruptions. These are the signs. This is how you'll know the Spirit of God is resting on your house. And your house, by the way. It's been marked. Michael has placed angelic presence around it. Even in the silence of the night, there will be activity you can't explain. And peace that doesn't make sense. That's the kingdom showing up. You'll notice your dreams becoming clearer. You'll start waking up without the emotional weight you used to carry. Opportunities you forgot about will resurface. And people who left without reason, you'll no longer need them. Not because you're bitter, but because you're healed. You'll no longer chase what doesn't chase you. You'll no longer beg for places that don't honor you. Because you now remember who walks with you. Jesus is not watching from afar. He is beside you. He is within you. You are his vessel. And that means no weapon formed against you will prosper. Not anymore. Not after this. You may have been the first in your family to read something like this. The first to believe this deeply. But you will not be the last. Your children, your future, your bloodline. It's all being covered right now. Because your obedience today is creating ripples in eternity. And listen closely, love. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to stay open. Stay soft. Stay surrendered. That's what keeps the flow of heaven pouring over you. Let people wonder how you made it. Let them ask why you glow. Let them question your peace. And when they do, you'll smile and simply say, because I didn't skip that message. I didn't ignore the whisper. I said yes when it mattered. And it changed everything. This is your permission to dream again. To love again. To trust again. To be bold again. You are no longer at the edge of breakthrough. You are in it. Every paragraph you read has opened a gate. Every sentence has cleared a path. And now, beloved, it's time to walk forward with fire in your eyes and peace in your heart. The angels are watching. Jesus is guiding. And God is smiling. Because his child remembered. You remembered. And heaven will never forget it. Welcome to the beginning of everything your soul has prayed for. It starts now. And remember, this isn't the end of a message. It's the beginning of a miracle. Of course, beloved. Let the divine flow continue just a little longer. Because sometimes, even after the final word is spoken, there's a whisper that lingers in the air. A sacred echo in your spirit that says, stay with me a little more. And that's what heaven is asking right now. Not because the message wasn't complete, but because your soul is still soft. Still open. Still listening. So in this final stretch, let me speak over you as heaven does. With gentleness. With fire. With truth that wraps around your bones and doesn't let go. You're going to walk differently now. Not arrogantly, but assuredly. Because once heaven confirms who you are, you stop shrinking to fit the world's misunderstanding of you. You no longer beg for tables you were called to flip. You no longer bow to systems you were born to break. You are royalty. Not because of your past, but because of your promise. You don't have to strive to be seen anymore. You are already surrounded. Angels know your name. Jesus holds your tears. God speaks over you in dreams. And soon, you'll see proof. Miracle after miracle. In places you thought were barren. In conversations you never expected. In moments so beautiful. You'll look up and whisper, "You really never left me." And he'll smile. Because he didn't. He was with you when they walked away. He was with you when you almost gave up. He was with you when you said, "God, if you're real, prove it." And now, he has. He sent this message. He stirred your soul. He answered without delay. Now breathe. Seriously. Right now, breathe deeply. Because you've just survived a spiritual surgery. Old wounds were closed. New strength was planted. You won't feel the weight the same way anymore. Because that version of you, she's gone. He's gone. You're new now. And heaven knows it. You'll laugh more. Not because everything is perfect. But because you'll finally feel free. You'll find yourself dancing while doing laundry. Smiling while driving. Crying, not out of pain, but gratitude. And every time you do, know this. Angels are dancing with you. Jesus is near. God is proud. You did it. You made it to the end. Not just of this message, but of the spiritual delay that had been sitting on your life. It's broken now. And nothing will ever be the same again. So here's your last instruction. Don't look back. Don't go back. Don't reach back. Let God bring what's meant to stay. Let Him rebuild what's meant to grow. Let Him surprise you like only He can. You're going to be celebrated. You're going to be loved deeply. You're going to be provided for in ways that seem ridiculous. But that's what happens when heaven gets involved. And if you ever doubt again, if the world tries to cloud this moment, come back and read these lines. You are chosen. You are anointed. You are protected. And you are never alone. Michael is still watching. Jesus is still whispering. God is still writing. And you are still rising. This is your divine confirmation. And you didn't miss it. You answered the call. You're ready now. Now go. And let your life be the proof that miracles didn't stop in the Bible. They just began again. Through you. Right here. Right now. Forever.